Yo, yo, yo. What's good in the day? Welcome back to the G. Wow. All right. Great way to start off an intro. Welcome back to the D and J podcast.
Oh, God. Boy, what a fucking entrance, boy.
English is not my first. It is, but it's not my first one.
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
What intro, eh?
Oh, God, man. Insane that I can never speak proper English. I'm going to have to actually start going to school just to be able to speak English. Ironically, I passed that class, too. That's the craziest thing about it.
Oh, my God.
Both my language arts and social, because, in middle school, there were one class for some reason.
Yeah. Wait, social studies and language arts was the...
Yeah, it was like a group class for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it made no sense. We had science, we had math, then we had social studies and language arts, like all in one class for some reason. Yeah. So like we'd be learning about history, and then we'd be learning about like something completely fucking random the next day. I'm like, bro, what? So, but no, man. You look kind of ashy, bro. You need some lotion. I got you.
No, bro. This hand is darker than this hand.
Because one of them's always in your pants. The other one's out in the sun. That's insane.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But, no, man. Crazy thing, man. I talked to you about it earlier, but OniPixel got $120,000 donation in CSGO skins. And the craziest part about it is, it wasn't even like skins. It was strictly cases.
Was it just cases?
It was, there was like, I think there's an ESL what? Katowice sticker capsule in there. There's one. And then there was a bunch of Bravo cases. And there was a couple. Oh yeah, they're anywhere from like $60 to $90, somewhere in there. Yeah, they're stupid.
Oh, sake.
So, you got a bunch of those, and you got a few other like weapon cases that were like the souvenir packages that were like $1,200, and I was like, bro,
and shit like that?
I have no idea. I couldn't fully see them all. I just kind of like saw the souvenir cases, and that was it.
Yeah.
But he was like scrolling through, looking at it all. He called his mom and everything. Was talking about it. It was insane, dude. Like, because I saw Lucky Jake, he tweeted it out talking about it, and I was like, yeah, that's insane. And I guess the guy that like donated all of it, he gambles, so yeah, he won like $4 million in CS:GO stuff. Yeah, can you imagine just winning $4,000 just in CS:GO? Sorry, 4 million.
I mean, I couldn't imagine 4,000, let alone 4 mil. So,
I don't know.
Jesus Christ!
I want to know how much money he was betting, like
to win that much. Yeah, I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Not sure if I want to. It's like those dudes that Baccarat.
Yeah.
It's like the amount of money that those guys will like play in for.
Yeah. Speaking of Baccarat, they make a cologne. It's called Baccarat Rogue, like 540.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
I swear, was it you? It was either you or Eric I was talking about that shit with.
Probably. I think it was both of us, because I know he just got some new, like at that time we were talking about it, because he got some like old Bond, I think number 9, he said. Also, great smelling fragrance, completely random, but Baccarat is, dude, it smells so good. I want it. It's just, bro.
Super. Isn't it like $200, $300 a bottle?
No, it's like 4 to 5. And I'm talking, it's like a 30 ml bottle, bro.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, it's insane. But I don't know. Fragrances, man, they be dumb expensive, but I'm just like, I'm obsessed with like smells of things. You can't relate, because allergies be killing you, but
they do be. Like, I can't wear cologne on myself without my fucking lungs.
You might be able to do they make like hard cologne. It's like a gel. It's kind of like lotion. Yeah, so you just like rub it on your skin instead.
Maybe.
Because I don't know how you are with like fragrant lotions. Like, I don't know if you can't wear like super potent fragrant lotions or not.
I tend not to, just because of like, it kind of bugs me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. I'm not really a fan of like being super smelly in any sense of the word, whether it's good or bad. I don't like being super smelly. I just like I don't know.
Nah, man, it's important to smell good, man. It's
I
important.
mean,
It
I don't want
connects to memories
to.
and stuff.
To me, I would rather not smell bad than smell good.
I mean, that's
I care
understandable.
more about not smelling bad than I do about smelling good,
I mean, that's
if that
fair.
makes any sense.
No, it's completely understandable.
Yeah, like
But it's so insane how like just smells in general, because it's insane. The reason being is because smells are actually like connected to the same sense as like our emotions and everything. So that's why
yeah,
we connect
eh,
smells and everything to emotions so much.
yeah. No, yeah, literally, uh, one particular smell that I at least like remember or like
Old
actually
people
no
houses
that
or black
um
family houses, because I don't know what it is. Every
they
time
smell
I've
about the
like
same. They smell about the same.
every time I've walked in, they've always had a distinct smell. Like it's never bad,
Hmm.
but it's always like
No, you can tell
interesting.
you can tell you're in a black home. You can tell you are in a black family's household just by the smell.
Yep. I'd be
But there's
walking in
like
there every time. I'm like, damn.
shit. What was crazy is when I moved in with Shorty um last year, and I there was a blanket that was packed into a suitcase, like a little tiny one,
Hmm.
and it didn't leave that suitcase for months. We finally got around to like emptying shit, and said blanket was in there, it had not been moved. I take it out, I smell it, and I instantly am reminded of how this house like used to smell. Because I don't
Yeah.
think this house doesn't smell the same as it used to from like last year, which is super weird.
Well, it's kind of insane on that topic, because it's like you get so it's like when people always say like, "Oh, your house smells so good," but like you never smell it because they're
Can't tell.
so like used to that smell.
Accustomed to it. You just don't
Exactly.
know. But when you like leave for an extended period of time, and then you like say you like move like literally move from that house to another house, an apartment, whatever, that like that's how it was. Is it retained the smell from the house, like into the apartment because I never took it out of the suitcase it was in. As soon as I opened it, I smelled it. I literally fucking took it up to my face and I smelled it, and I was instantly reminded of this place. I was like, damn, that shit hit me hard too. I
Talk
can't
about
lie.
homesick. Yeah.
No, no, really though. It was less of like being homesick, but just like at the time my mom was in Florida
Yeah.
and everything else. So just I was more like more reminded of what I didn't have there. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
It
No,
just
that's
like
understandable.
it just brought back a lot of emotion in that moment. And it was kind of overwhelming, but not in
As
like
I
a
was
bad way.
saying, smells connect to your emotions, man.
Oh, 100% they do.
Speaking of
100%.
which, have you tried the thing I was telling you about, like with the candles, that it doesn't burn the candle, it like evenly lights the candle without burning it?
No, I have not. I know exactly what you're talking about because you just like get like little wax blocks,
Yeah.
and then it's like it's an underburner. It just I know what
There's
you're talking
that one,
about.
but there's also ones like for candles. They're like an actual like candle burner. So like it's a little like lamp basically, and it like
Oh, I don't.
like hovers over the top of the candle. Yeah, but it like
That I've
burns
never.
everything like so much easier. And I thought about getting one so many times because I hate when my candles start to tunnel, because it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
and especially if you buy like cheaper candles, like no diss to Glade or Glade, whatever their name is called. Their candles, they're like $5, so they're not like cheap, but they're
Oh,
cheaper than like most candles.
most. Yeah.
But dude, they tunnel so badly, so I'm just like, I stay away from buying them because of that. Also, candles are just ridiculously expensive for no reason sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I don't buy candles.
Besides the allergy part, yeah,
Well, besides it like fucking with my lungs and shit,
yeah,
I just don't like candles in general.
that's insane behavior.
I can't help it, dog.
I mean, hey, that's completely understandable. But no, another thing, I was thinking about designs for like our little like podcast like thumbnail picture thing, right? I brought it up. I was talking about like an anime design because I was like, it's just fitting for us, you know? Because I see all these people with all their kind of podcast things. I'm like, oh, those are cool. And I was like, ah, man, I need to get one, because I was like, I needed to make a playlist on YouTube to be able to have a separate podcast section. And I was like, I don't have a thumbnail. And I went to go create one. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this, bro. This is terrible. I'm drawing a complete blank on what to think of for it. And I was like laying in bed like that same night, just like, what would be a cool podcast like thing for us? And I was like, oh, why don't we just get like an anime themed designed one that like is like a podcast style, just us two. And I was like, that'd be sick. And then I was like, I don't know why, bro. I was just like brainstorming. I was like, what are cool like niche things to do as a podcast group? Like just randomly. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, how cool would it be if there was a VTube, not a VTube, like a virtual, like a VR podcast. So you had people in like
What?
full body like tracksuits in their own like little thing, like an own like custom room of their podcast and everything, just chatting, just doing stupid, the like dumbest shit possible. Just talking, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, that's actually so sick. Like such a cool idea. I'm a genius.
Yeah, that's
And then
like,
I went to bed.
then you fall asleep, and
Yeah,
and it just never came to fruition.
pretty much.
No, but the anime thing, because you brought it up earlier, and I was like, huh, Zoro and Sanji is kind of like it's kind of like that kind of vibe I get, and you were like, no, motherfucker, us as the anime. But now think about it though, like you're Zoro, I'm Sanji. I have a fucking pan and a knife. You have a shitload of swords. That'd be fucking hard, bro. In One Piece style, that'd be hard. I'm just saying.
That'd be fucking crazy.
That'd be hard. Actually, go hard.
But no, so I was just like sitting nice. I was
Yep.
thinking, just like us kind of like animated, just like sitting around a table, just like in picture form of us just like laughing or dying with like a whole podcast set up like in front of us. And that would be like the podcast picture. And it'd be like, it'll say D and J Show.
Nama.
That was kind of like my vision for it, just kind of like an idea. I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool because it fits the things that we do and the randomness. But I don't know. Designing a podcast is actually really difficult, man. And I didn't realize there was actually like so much that went into it when I was sitting here like researching and like brainstorming and like looking at other podcasts, like inspirations on designing and stuff. I was like, dude, this is actually difficult.
Yeah, branding is fucking hard.
It is. You're struggling with that now still, aren't you? Or have you
I've given it like very minimal thought. I'm gonna be honest.
haven't come to what thesis?
A
Yeah, we're done there.
I haven't come to a conclusion on what I should do or what I want to do. I still have some ideas, kind of ruminating, I suppose, but not 100% sure.
I'm
Honestly, I
just
think I
saying.
know. I honestly, I think I know what I want to go with. It's just like, I don't want to spend the money on that right now. That's kind of the whole thing. It's like,
That's fair.
I don't want to spend money on that specifically.
Yeah,
I'm just not
that's
going to.
understandable. Because when I was talking to a designer about the designs I wanted to do, and I was making sure, I was like, does this come with a logo and everything? It's like, yeah, it comes with a logo and everything. It was $450, like base price, which is comparative to what there's been some that
God
I've talked
damn.
to that it was like double that price or almost triple that price. There's some I've talked to for like more simpler things. It was like $1,200, and I was like, excuse me.
What the fuck?
But I was
Excuse me.
I was going through VBI at that time, and I was like trying to get all my designing and everything up because I was like, oh, VBI was like that brand, still is that brand. Let's be honest. And I was like, yeah, 1,200 is it's a lot of money.
Nah,
So,
fuck that.
and guy I was talking to is like, oh yeah, it'd be like 450, base price. Just the basic idea of the whole concept of everything. I didn't go through everything. It was just to get the basic premise and ideas. I didn't have the logo design that I had like ready yet, but now I've figured some other things out, luckily. But so, and of course me, I'm always extra, so I have to have multiple different logo styles because I like certain things that I've had previously from some of my streams. I like having a signature logo under my overlay and everything. I don't know why. I've just always loved that. So, and I was like, okay, I'm also gonna need like a branding logo to be able to put if I ever have collabs with anything that I can put on stuff. You know, if I ever decide to make my own mouse pad, stuff like that. You know, look, man, I'm extra, but there's also things
Yes,
like
you
reasons
are.
for the extras. You know,
I
because to
mean,
me it
there
makes
is.
sense.
I mean, let's. I mean, I'll be honest. It does make sense, but just you think very far ahead, which is good. But man, extra.
Yeah, and it's also the kind of thing of like when it comes to like spending the amount of money that like I end up spending on a lot of things, I'm always like, you know what? I might as well get everything that I want to be able to have and already paid for instead of it coming down to in the situation when I need it and
Oh
I
yeah.
don't have it and it's like, okay, well this is going to have to be pushed for however
However
long.
long.
Exactly.
You owe me a
But
soda.
pretty much. And I'll just be sitting there, I was like, yeah. And I've been wanting to design my own mouse pad for like so long. Because I would love to be able to just have like my own brand.
I'd buy
Like,
one.
appreciate that. But it's the same with
No,
merch.
I'll be honest. My mouse pad. I've had the same mouse pad for like
Since 1947.
since 1947.
I got back
Got
from the war. I was in the trenches and it's been there all the
got
time
back from
with me.
World War II. Came back to see my ma, my pa, my lady.
There,
Uh,
that pad's been there the whole time right beside me.
I went out to the corner store, spent $2.50 on a mouse pad, and never looked back.
This can be some person. Like, oh, you fought in the war? No, I'm talking about World War II Call of Duty, man. That's all. It's been there the whole time for that whole year. That sucked.
No, I think I bought it in like 20. I want to say like 2019, 2020.
I mean, you got a
I've had
HyperX
it
one or a Cloud9? Cloud9. I meant to say Corsair, but
neither.
really, just some random
Nope.
one.
Some random brand from I think I bought it on I want to say Amazon.
Fair.
It's like a double X.
Is it
Mm-hmm.
all black? Or they got some cool cheesy weeb design?
You want me to go grab it?
No.
Okay.
I'd be
No,
very worried to see what it looks like.
it's not bad. It's nothing crazy. It's just it's a Galaxy design.
Oh, okay. You know, that's really funny. I used to have a Galaxy mouse pad. I gave it to my brother years ago.
Yeah,
I also bought mine from Amazon.
would it be by chance the same brand? That'd
It's
be weird.
very
That'd be
possible.
wild.
If I remember correctly, I think like the logo of it, like the brand was like some bull or something, or
Oh
some
no.
triangle thing. I don't remember.
If it's a triangle,
It's probably the
the
same brand. Yeah, would not
Yeah.
surprise me.
No, yeah. It's just pretty slow pad. I don't hate it. I think that's why I've stuck with low sense for so long. Or not low sense, high sense. But I want to get something different.
I don't know how y'all do it,
What, high sense?
dude.
That's
So,
fucking dude. I was playing. Honestly, I prefer no pad. I'm not gonna lie.
dude, that's actually
Straight
insane.
raw dogging my shit.
I was playing with
Pause. Whoa. Whoa. Pause.
I was playing no pad for like a minute. I don't even know why. I was playing Apex, and like I was using my GSR, which is a
Uh,
super slow pad, muddy as shit. And I was like, dude, with
fuck
how
going
low
on?
sense I play, yeah, I
Oh,
was like,
dude,
okay,
you were slow.
yeah. So, and at the time, I was like, I wanted to get a SkyPad. Still haven't bought one. I don't know why, but
Imagine wanting one for so long and just not buying it.
yeah. I looked at them and I was like, I'll consider it. And like, there's like giveaways coming out for like the ones that I wanted. So I was like, I'm gonna get lucky on these. No, doesn't happen. But so I was using just my desk for like the longest time. I was like, okay, this works perfectly fine.
Uh-huh.
And like I was realizing, oh, this is really bad on my mouse feed. Poor thing.
Yeah,
Doesn't really matter because I have
It'd be alright.
I have one too many mice. But hey, man, you know,
Or like 20 too many.
no, I have I keep like a solid 7, at least in like close distance.
Proximity.
Yeah, they're all in my closet, in my little mouse bin that like I care about. Otherwise, all my other mice are in a giant green tub. Those are ones you store like everything in storage, just filled of just mice. I'm just like, yeah.
I think, how many mice do I have? I got my Model O that I use every day. And I got SteelSeries Prime or whatever the
Wireless or
fuck.
wired?
Wired. Fuck that mouse. That mouse is hot dog ass.
Why?
I don't, dude. Honestly, it was so fucking weird. I seen it was a Siege Black Eye Special
I
Edition
know exactly what you're talking about.
from
I wanted that
GameStop.
one because it was sick, and I was gonna buy. I
I
was
have
gonna
that
buy a
mouse.
wireless one of it and
I
mod it.
have that mouse exactly. I bought it one day on at random. I don't know why.
They're on sale for
It
like
was like
$20, I think.
I don't remember how much I bought it for. It was less than $75. I want to say it was like 60 or some
Yeah,
50 or $60 that I paid for it. I got it, and at the time I was playing a lot of Cold War.
yeah. Wow, ironic. Got a cold looking mouse for a cold game.
I remember at the time I was playing a lot of Cold War, and like I want to say the first day I got it, I hit a clip, and I posted it on TikTok or some shit. Posted it somewhere. I was like, the mouse is giving me newfound power. A week later, I was like, this mouse is fucking awful. It feels like shit in my hands and it makes my wrist hurt. So never mind. Then I never used it again.
Well, I was gonna make the joke of, you're not used to doing this movement a lot, but then I was like, no. If I'm correct, it's both the same hand, so it doesn't matter. He's really thinking about it. That's insane.
Whatever. Okay.
Nah, I thought that when that mouse came out, I thought it was so sick.
It's a cool looking mouse,
Yeah.
but for me and like my sense, I don't think it works.
You also have like
Well,
ginormous hands, so
not that big.
the mouse is a little bit smaller than actually it's a lot smaller than the Model O, but isn't the Model O's ambidextrous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. So that's also probably why you didn't like it that much. Because if I remember, the Prime is an ergo shape. It's a weird ergo shape, to say the least. But
It's a different ergo shape. I didn't mind it like at first, but it just the way that I play
yeah,
and the way I hold my mouse normally just didn't really work.
that's fair. It's just why I can't use big ass mice either. Because I'm so used to small mice, and I play a weird fingertip claw
Sort of.
extraness too much. So because
Yeah.
I've had actually, unironically, I've had to tone back on how much like I claw my mouse and how much I like grip on top of my mouse, because I started having like really bad like pain in my wrist and in my fingers. It would cause my hand to lock up.
Ooh.
So and I was like, yeah, I probably should
Loosen up just a tad.
yeah. So and it was ironic because that was the same reason why I stopped playing claw for like so many years, because like my fingers were really like, hey buddy, you can barely touch your thumb to your pinky, you probably should stop.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Mice are getting interesting, but they're also, I'm glad some companies are like making them relatively affordable at, like, on what they are, but there's
To a
still
certain
like
degree.
some companies that are still charging an arm and a leg.
Yeah, like I have to fucking sacrifice a piece of my kidney for a fucking G Pro wireless.
Yeah. I mean, you have Final Mouse. Final Mouse is now coming out with a new mouse. Again, by the way. They're coming out with a new Starlight, but it's 26 grams, and it's made out of like carbon fiber composite, like composite material carbon fiber.
Yep. So it's
Yeah.
like incredibly light and
Yeah.
surprise. It'll probably be a lot stronger than meets the eye, which is cool, I guess. But like at the same time, it's probably gonna be like $150.
No,
Which is
it's
like,
almost 200. It's the same. It's the same price as the original Starlight at 189, but after shipping and everything, it's like 210. I don't know.
tax. Do they charge tax?
Yeah.
Do they tax that, right?
Yeah, I think it's like $10. Like shipping fee and everything's like another $10.
Tax is like $10 on that mouse alone, almost.
I'm not sure. I don't like. Probably wouldn't surprise me because when I bought mine, it was like 210 or two. I think it was 211, like exact, like 211 some change.
Yeah, North Carolina's what, 7%?
It's normal. Yeah. It's a normal
6%.
tax.
Normal to you, not to me.
I don't know. It's like 7. I think 7% is the normal tax here. Yeah.
Yeah, 6%. Yeah, it would be like Yeah, $10 tax plus shipping. That'd be like 230
Yeah.
almost.
Well,
Fuck that. That's insane. Fuck that.
but I don't know. There's a lot of there's another mouse that's called like the Zamboig or whatever. It's some like German name mouse. And it's like $500. Dude, it's actually insane. My homie Venom, he uses one and it looks so sick. But dude, I'm sorry. I love mice and everything.
What?
I'm not spending $500 for a carbon fiber wired mouse. It's literally only a fingertip mouse, so it has no side buttons or nothing, and it's no more than like an inch and a half in length. It is, bro. It's insane what it is, but like, bro, I will give it its flowers though, because it has the fastest click latency and everything like that, like all the nerdy shit, and like the
Sure.
best sensor placement and like the best like DPI. I don't even know how to explain exactly, but basically, so the DPI on your mouse, like let's say you have your DPI set to 800. A lot of mice, sometimes it's not exactly 800. Oh, my camera's
Camera's shit in the
bugging
bed.
out. Yeah. But so sometimes it's exactly like 800. Other times it can be like 805 or it can be 795. Like there's like a
Mm-hmm.
margin to where it's not the exact like thing. And it's
Okay.
kind of insane. And there's people like a person that I watch a lot, Optimum Tech. He like has a whole like rig to be able to like test all that. And I'm like, dude, that's insane. Like a
It's
bunch of
incredibly.
nerd shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's incredibly nerdy.
Yeah. But it's like it's so cool to like understand it and like watch it a lot. Cause it's like, oh, that's kind of insane. So it gives you a different perspective on like what you're looking for in your mouse. And of course
Yeah.
they always like compare it to different mice. So you know like if you have one of the mice that he's using with the
Mm-hmm.
comparisons, you can at least get an idea. It's like, okay. So, but it's the same with like the 4K hertz and everything of mice, or the 8K hertz now, which it seems insane, but it's also like, bro,
That you're talking about polling rate, right?
yeah. Like Razer,
8,000 hertz.
yeah, there's a Razer has a new like I think it's either the Viper or Viper Ultimate or it's the Viper uh the Dave, the Death Adder V3. It's one of those.
I
But
think.
it's a wired one.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the Death Adder. It has like 16K polling rate or something like that. And I'm like, bro, why? I think it's 8K. It's either 16 or 8K. I can't remember exactly. Because they also go to like 16K DPI or something stupid. Which, by the way, if you're playing at 16K DPI, you're fucking insane.
I mean, most shit. My mouse goes to 16,000 DPI.
But no one
But
goes that high.
dude, I've only ever seen one person, ever known of one person that's over like 2,000 DPI.
So the highest that I've seen like someone over is like they play at like 3,200. But like that was like before everybody knew why to play on higher DPI. That was just like what someone like actually like played because they're used to.
Yeah, I
But
think this person plays at like 6,000 some odd.
Jesus, yeah, I can imagine.
I'm I'm
That would
still.
actually, I don't know. I feel like that would be like so uncomfortably fast. Like even for like just like simple like desktop things.
Yeah. Mm.
Because I remember when I went from 400 to 800, bro, I could not keep up with my with my cursor, bro.
Dude, I think I was what dude, before I knew exactly what DPI was. I think I was at like 1,600 or some shit like that. Some weird. But I've been playing at 1,000. I've been thinking about going to like 2 or 3, seeing how that feels.
Just gonna sit there and do all the sense conversions.
I mean, chopping it in half or in a third, it's not that bad.
No, they make websites that do it for you.
I mean, yeah, but since I'm not like, since I'm not going from like to like
Tac
4,
FPS. Yeah.
or I don't normally put tag FPSs, but some weird, there's something in me that's just like, maybe my competitive itch will get scratched here. So I'm like, maybe I should practice just in case I feel like it, and then I just never do it because I'm too fucking scared to play.
I don't know. That's how it always like. That's the reason why I stopped trying to compete in COD, man, because it stopped scratching the competitive itch. Because I don't know what it is, man.
With
Octane
COD.
said it best. Like when he was retired, was talking about COD. He's like, we strayed so far from God. Like with this, and I was like,
No,
bro,
literally, like Comp COD is strayed so far from grace. It's insane. Like not
it's
even in like even as even as a spectator, and somebody that like aspired to compete, like I would say I was at my most competitive in Black Ops 4. That game felt so good.
it did.
It felt so fucking good. I don't care what anybody says. People can say, Black Ops 4 the worst COD. Like, no, the fuck it isn't. You're high.
Okay, everybody says COD 4 remake and Infinite Warfare is down. Like in my books, the worst Call of Duties.
Modern Warfare remake really
Yeah, that was fucking terrible.
wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad. Cause like I didn't play the original before I played the remake, so I played the remake and I was like, "This is
Uh,
bad." Then I went back
I
and played
played.
like the original. I was like, "This is way better than the remake."
So okay, I know what you're talking about. So I played the. So I didn't play. I'm gonna get roasted. I can feel it already. So my first two Call of Duties that I played, that I owned, was Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 3. Those are the first two that I owned. I never played Modern Warfare 2 and COD 4 until I didn't play MW2 until like 2012. And the game was already like dead. No, not dead, but it was already like way past its life cycle. I never played it until then. I didn't like it that much. I still don't like it that much. It's like one of my least favorite CODs to this day.
What Modern Warfare
Actually,
3 you
no,
said?
no, that's a lie. That's a lie. MW2, no, '09, MW2
Oh,
09.
okay, okay.
Um, at the time, before like this new age of dog shit COD has come about, like up till like 2018, 2019, prior to MW19 coming out, Modern Warfare 2 was up there with like my least favorite Call of Duties.
I don't know.
I feel the shit storm coming, and it's fine. It just wasn't I played it past its well, the first thing is I played it past its life cycle. I played it in fucking 2012 when
Yeah,
Modern Warfare 3 was the happening thing.
that and BO1 I think were also
BO1 was okay. Like
really. I loved BO1.
it's not that it was bad. I honestly like it being as bad as I was, right? Cuz
Yeah,
I was horrible at but that's the thing is like every game that I like that's new to me, everything I should say that's new to me, I'm just awful at. But that's everybody. But I pick up on things somewhat quickly.
yeah,
But Black Ops 1, it was okay. It felt all right, but it wasn't my favorite. MW3, even though I mean, I don't know if words could describe how bad I was at that game. I just loved it.
yeah.
And I that's like the Call of Duty. I can't say that. It's either MW3, it's between MW3 and Black Ops 2 that like those are the two Call of Duty games I should say that I put the most time into because I played like that's all I did. Like my summers back then, that's all I spent. That's like I spent like 12 hours a day playing fucking MW3 and Black Ops 2 those summers, bro. Like no
That's fair.
bullshit. But that
Um,
shit was so fun. Pubs were so fun back then. We have strayed so far from
yeah,
God
we have.
in that respect.
Uh, ironically, the very two first like Call of Duties I ever played. The very first one I ever played was MW3 on Wii. Yeah, I played the campaign on Wii.
Damn. On
So
the
it, I had the like little gun remote thing you hold and everything with it. Bro, I was cracked out of my mind. I was like, how the hell am I supposed to aim with this? I played it for like 6 hours that day. And
dude, that
then
shit sounds so weird.
it
I
was,
seen because I had a Wii before I got a 360. I had a Wii, and I looked back at like this is like 20. I think this was around the time that MW3 was out and happening. I looked at YouTube gameplay on the Wii. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? What even is this?
Yep.
Because the game looks so bad.
Oh yeah.
Even for that time, I'm just like, what am I looking at?
And then
I
after that, I ended up going to I played, what is it, World at War Zombies for the first time on PS3 at my friend's house.
That shit was pretty gas, wasn't it?
And then like ever since then, I got so addicted to like, I would always go over to my friend's house and just play World at War Zombies like all day.
That shit
And
was
then
pretty
their
gas.
parents would like get mad at us because like, you guys need to go outside and do something. And let me tell you, man, this guy had, pretty nice upbringing, So
For
at
sure.
that time, he had a pool in his backyard. He had a trampoline.
There was actually shit to do at his house, like
Yeah,
outside. That's
yeah.
crazy.
So, but he had a PS3 and everything. Like bro, it was insane. So we'd always just be playing that. Me, him, and his brother, split screen, just playing the shit out of it.
That's vibey.
So, and then like a couple years later, I ended up getting my own Xbox 360 from a pawn shop because I remember because we had to hide it from my aunt.
Really?
Yeah, and then my aunt ended up like finding out about it, and she's like, "Okay, for every hour that you want to play on this, you have to go spend that much time outside." And it really wasn't that hard for me because at that time I was like skating like really heavily, so I was always outside.
Yeah.
So I'd just come home, after doing school and playing outside and everything, and I'd go hop on the Xbox, play for a little bit. And I got free Xbox Live because at the pawn shop, they never reset the dude's account.
No.
So the dude's account was on there and everything. And I bought Black Ops 2. So I was just playing Black Ops 2. I bought Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3. Like the two first games that I bought. And then I was using his account. And I remember because I'd get random messages and like random voice messages from people like, "Oh, dude, you're back online and all this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, totally." And they're like, "You're not him." So I deleted the account and I'm making my own. And I'm making my own Xbox. And that's how I got my name Panda like so many years ago.
Yeah,
And then
the story of how I got my name is so fucking dumb.
Yeah. And then the addiction to Call of Duty
began.
And then Black Ops 3 came out. I pre-ordered it. Went to GameStop, midnight release. By the way, I miss midnight releases. I want them to bring that back.
They're not coming back.
I know, but there's just like,
I think there's a generation of children that are going to be deprived of the experience of a midnight release of a video game that they've been waiting been waiting to come out for however long. There's a generation of children that's going to be deprived of that. That's just a travesty because, man,
When did Black Ops 3 come out? Was that 2015?
Yeah, November something 2015.
Yeah, I was 15 at that time. I remember I'd have my mom like come with me to go get the game because
no, I was 16. Shit.
Because they were like, "Oh yeah, you have to be," at that time. Like that was when
17.
GameStop, because Obama was president, I believe, at that time, and he actually made it to where.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, he made it to where you were no longer able to buy anything rated M for mature if you're under 18. Because I remember because I was able to buy like Grand Theft Auto and everything without my mom before, and then that ended up happening. So I had to make sure every game, like I remember when to go buy a game, and they're like, "Oh yeah, is your mom with you or anything?" I was like, "Yeah, let me go get her. She's in the car." I was like, "Hey mom, I can't buy this game." Like, why? I was like, "It's rated M, so I have to have an adult to be able to buy it for me."
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, because I was 2015. I was 17, right? No, I was 16, and it was 17. You had to be 17.
Was that 17?
At least in Michigan, you had to be 17. But I was 16.
I can't remember exactly.
So I couldn't. So I was like, shit. I can't get this. So I was with my friend, and we had to get his mom to come up to the GameStop to be the representative of like, can these boys, get this game?
Yeah.
Because I was paying for it with my own money. I just couldn't they legally could not hand the game case over to me, even though all of it was paid in my money.
Yeah.
I remember that night so well.
I do too, man.
Crazy.
I miss that so much. I genuinely like because I remember like sitting outside of GameStop and there was actually like not a crazy line, but like a decent line waiting for them to
good amount of
unlock
people.
the little like cages and everything. Because
Uh-huh.
GameStop closed at like 9 p.m.
Yep.
So nah, dude,
That's a good. That was a good. That was a good time, man.
it was insane.
That
And
was
I
a good
remember
fucking
taking
time.
it. I remember like having it, open it in the car, just
Uh
waiting to get
huh.
home to put it on.
Uh huh.
And I had a
That shit
PS4 at
was
the time
fucking
too.
lit.
So
I was still playing on Xbox, bro. That shit was.
I'm
That shit went
so
crazy.
glad that I actually like never had to play on like a lower gen of it because dude, it looked so bad.
Oh my, yes, it did.
It
It looked
looked
shitty.
so bad. And I'll still see clips that, like to this day of people playing it because there's still people that upload like RGH content and everything to this day, which is
Yeah.
insane. And I'll see people like playing on it on like PS2 or PS3 and like Xbox 360 and I'll just be looking, I was like, dude, holy
What is this?
hell.
What is this?
But no, that was like the first COD that I ever put like I devoted my entire like life to. I'm talking like when I like at that time, because I was already streaming everything at that time, creating content because I bought my PS3, and that's where I kind of like blew up and like where I gained like all my following and everything from was PS3 because nobody was streaming PS3 at that time. It seemed like BO2 customs and everything. So I was
Yeah.
always doing like BO2 customs stuff like that, just having fun. Had hella modding friends that would like help me make stuff and everything. It was a grand old time. And then so I was already streaming like 15 hours a day. I was 15,
God
16
damn.
at the time, so it didn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
So, and then Black Ops 3 ended up coming out. Holy shit, there was not a day that I didn't like stream under 18 hours. And I was doing that daily. Like I would literally wake up, start stream, and repeat it. Like until that game died.
Jesus, bro. I did not do that. I was at that time. I was like 16, 17. So I spent, if I wasn't at school and like marching and shit, because I was in marching band. Laugh it up. That's fine. I can hear the laughter in the comments. It's fine. Um, but I spent a lot of time on that game. I remember one weekend, specifically one weekend. It was double XP. The start of that weekend, I was fifth prestige. The end of that weekend, I was like halfway through ninth prestige. From Friday to Monday, I did that much. I'm like, I don't know if I could do that again because I spent like that entire weekend. I was playing the game 14 hours a day. At
Real
least.
degenerate shit, they might say.
It on God, bro. I was up like I remember one of those days specifically. I remember I passed out at like 5 a.m. I woke up at like 9 or 10. I was because the way I had it set up is I sat on my bed to play, and I played on a flat screen
I remember doing that before. I didn't have a flat screen though. I had like one of those giant box
box.
TVs that were like 43 inches that were just big for no fucking reason.
Yeah, so I played on a little flat screen TV. It was like a little 22 incher,
Pause.
and I sat on the side of my bed, and I would play. And then some nights I would just be so tired, I would literally just lean back, fucking, and fall asleep.
PewDiePie
And then
meme.
I would sit up, and then just start playing again. I wouldn't turn off my Xbox, and I would just, that's literally what I did that morning. I slept for like
Dude,
5 hours. I just sat up and started playing again. I did not give a
isn't that
fuck.
so insane to think about it though? Like, remember back in the day
Yes,
that you're able, like, those
I was
consoles,
able to
you were
do that
able to
shit
leave on for
forever.
days on end and nothing went wrong. You left your
It did not
PS4
matter.
on for longer than 24 hours, bro. The next day, the whole time, I'm like, bro.
Dude, I had an Xbox One at the time. I had the OG one. That shit that thing worked perfectly.
Dude, I remember when that console came out. Remember when it came with like the special, like the day one edition or whatever? It had like the little green in the center of it that said like day
Yeah,
one or whatever. I wanted it
I
so
do.
badly. I thought it was so sick. My friend ended up getting one. I was so jealous.
I never got my hands on one. I had to wait until the year afterwards. So I played Ghosts the entire year on 360. God, that game felt like shit on 360. Let me fucking tell you.
I
So I
miss
got
Ghost,
a
man.
part of me does, only part of me,
I do want a
because
Ghost too, but I'm like nervous.
I don't. At this point, I don't care. I don't want it
They're
because
remaking everything else. Why the fuck not?
so here's the thing, right? I would say like, yeah, absolutely, I want to Ghost 2. I want to see what happens in the story and this and that. But I wanted that like 7 years ago.
That's fair. Yeah.
It like the next thing that I wanted as an Infinity Ward COD, like after Ghost, was Ghost 2. That's what I wanted.
Yeah. But we got an Advanced Warfare, didn't we?
We got Infinite Warfare. That was the next
Nah,
IW.
nah. It was AW.
So yes,
Oh,
but I
okay.
mean, Infinity Ward, they made Ghost. Then
Yeah.
Sledgehammer made AW, or yeah,
Oh, okay,
AW,
okay. I know what you meant.
Black Ops 3. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Sorry, I thought you were saying like,
the next installation, no,
yeah. That's okay. I was about to say, no, I'm pretty sure AW's there because I remember. I remember
actually, yeah,
that.
this is what happened. No, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but like instead of instead of Infinite Warfare, I would have wanted Ghosts 2.
Yeah.
But I'm glad the Infinite Warfare came out. Even though I didn't play it much, I got to see one of the greatest moments in like competitive gaming history, arguably, especially if you're a COD fan and you hate envy.
That's so fucked. That's so fucked.
Dude, hey, listen, hey, the tags speak for
That's
themselves,
so
man.
fucked.
The tags speak for themselves, bro.
That's so
That shit was insane. Witnessed. I think did I watch it live? I don't remember if I watched it live.
I don't know, I'll be going back and watching some like the old COD clips of like old things. I'm like, dude, these games
Yeah.
like it. But I'd be thinking the same thing with a lot of esports. I'll go back and watch them. It's like, dude, our quality and everything, like over the years, like how did we watch that shit? It was bad.
Oh my god, dude, watching the fucking Tostitos, fucking, I don't know if it was a 25K or what. It was an invitational, that's right. Tostitos from invitational from Black Ops 3. God, that tournament was awful. So bad.
Nah, I'll like even with CS, I'll go back and I'll watch some old shit. Nah, I was like, okay, CS actually didn't look like too bad, you know, but it
Up
was
to
like seeing how it was originally, like how shit used to look to what it looks to now. It's bro, it's night and day.
night and fucking day.
It's night and day.
Like watching any major from like 2014, 2015. Even like from the span of 2014 to like, then you just like flash forward to like watching like the Blast TV majors from like 2018, 2019.
Yeah,
It's like, how did we get from there to there?
yeah, it's insane.
And
So,
then
but
even from then to now, it's like, Jesus fuck.
that's another like crazy thing to think about it too, because like if you really think about it, every esports like game like really blew up in like 2015, like 2014 2015 era, because even COD did, because Black Ops 2 was only getting like 200 viewers at that time.
Yeah, they weren't getting crazy
That's
viewers.
what I'm
I
saying.
think
CS wasn't getting that crazy either.
honestly, I think 2015 to like 2017, 2018, I say that's when most of the big esports now, that's when they really blew up.
Oh yeah, but I'm more so saying like that's when they really like started like blossoming. Like that's when like it really
Yeah.
started becoming something,
Yeah, I agree. Cause honestly,
or more profitable, I should say, because they weren't.
I
I
don't
mean, it's
know.
still not very
COD's still not
profitable.
COD
Yeah,
is still not profitable. Let's
that's
be
their fault
honest
though.
here.
That's their fault. They keep releasing
100%.
dog shit back to back to back.
They keep releasing bad games with bad system. Well,
I don't think this year's system was
no.
that bad.
Let me
Honestly.
let me say this. Good. They have good framework, but bad systems,
Yeah,
bad balancing, and all that stuff. It's just it like Call of Duty framework is about as good as you get.
yeah,
Aside from Destiny, but we're not gonna get into that
dude.
because I could literally rant for a fucking hour about how bad Destiny is, but it's because I care so much.
Agreed.
But
I
anyway,
miss like
I miss when Destiny was actually good.
Dude, I remember watching, like, I was following
when it was
every,
like
like, Call
actually
of Duty
fucking.
pros and everything. This is back when Crota came out. I remember
Oh
watching,
yeah,
like, all
everyone
the
was
COD
playing.
pros, like, on the
Everyone was fucking
weekends or on
playing.
reset. I would always see them streaming Destiny, like, 4
Yes,
o'clock in
sir.
the morning. And I'm like,
Yeah, but
bro,
some fucking degenerate ass times, like dog, holy shit. Didn't even when Scump Abner was playing fucking King's Fall, OG King's Fall.
Sprat
It's
was
like,
also playing, he was playing Crota and everything,
was
I
he?
believe. I believe, like, I think he was streaming at that time. I think he was Sprat. But there was, like, so many COD pros that were actually, like, playing Destiny like that. And I was like, dude,
It
that's
doesn't surprise
insane.
me. But it was like it doesn't surprise me because it was
The game was
FPS.
just so enjoyable.
I mean, I think there's some Halo like I remember. Oh my god, dude, this is a deep cut. I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember there's an MLG Invitational when Rift came out?
You're talking about when there's Ncooch, Pure Chill, and they were trying to make it a, like, sustainable, like,
And it
FPS
was
game.
and I remember
I remember
specifically
watching it.
Flame Sword was playing. I was like,
I got so happy because I was like, oh my
dude, I
god, this game's
was
going competitive. I'm so glad it didn't. I'm so
never took
glad it did.
dude, knowing what we know now and having the in the game that we have right now in the current year, bro, that game I'm glad it never got legs. I'm so glad Comp Destiny never got
Yeah.
legs because it's I'm just glad because
And there's people, like,
it
even
doesn't deserve it.
there's
Really, it
people even
doesn't.
to this day that still, like, you have Panda, you have Benny, all them that were all playing, like, for a minute they're playing in, like, Face It tournaments and everything for Destiny. There's still a lot of people that do it.
Still, there's still a ton of people that play
And I
Face It,
just
and their
ah,
egos are fucking sky high for no
yeah,
reason.
they are. But I enjoy Benny. I really actually I still watch Benny to this day. I find him just really enjoyable. And
Yeah,
he's just fun to watch. Like, he plays trials and everything like that. And he's just enjoyable to watch when it comes to trials and stuff like that. Cause he's fucking nasty.
he is
And he's one of
pretty
the
sick.
few like M and K players that are actually, like, insanely good. Cause most players now are all controller, like, even still. Like, even, like, the top, think
Top
about it.
1%, you think?
Yeah.
Mm,
Cause you have cause everybody that played Destiny came from console.
yeah,
So
but even
everybody
still,
stuck
even like
to controller. And then, like, you have the few people that are, like, that come from CS or have that, like, competitive background of, like, M&K games where they actually just swapped M&K. But I remember watching you remember Streamer House?
Jesus.
Their 24-hour Destiny streaming thing.
Yeah,
I remember when they zinned M&K on console for 24 hours to be
yeah.
able to play
Doctor
on
didn't
M&K.
Lupo did that too, didn't he?
Did he? I don't remember. But no, I just remember strictly it being Streamer House. By the way, are they even still around?
Um,
It wouldn't be surprised. They're probably
I
playing,
know they
like,
used to be.
Dota things now. Or Dota.
They're
The
probably
fuck?
playing some random
Like
ass shit,
Diablo or some
Diablo.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because they
don't
play,
know.
like, a lot of grindy games because they need to play it so they can, like, be able to grind for 24 hours.
For a long ass time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of them for quite some time.
But I don't know. I feel
Seems
like
like now, honestly, and this is just it's kind of sticking to COD here. I think switching to PC,
it ruined the game.
yeah, it really did. No, it really did. I'm so
I'll
serious.
I'll say that with a quickness.
Uh, I, without a shadow of a doubt, PC
Competitive
like
wise, it ruined the game.
I think just in general,
I think,
truthfully,
like, if it
I think it ruined the health of the
oh,
overall
most
health of the
definitely.
game.
Yeah. Because you dealt with
Like
cheaters, but it was
it wasn't
nowhere
to the
close
it
to what
wasn't
it
to the
is.
degree of
Yeah.
what we deal with now.
Yeah.
And even with even especially now with like even if you're on PC and you play COD, you're still probably playing on controller.
Yeah.
So now you have access to so many different things with a controller that you didn't have access to previously on a
Yeah.
console. Like I like most notably Cronus or Zim and the no recoil thing.
You
That's
also had
like
those,
the
like,
big
little like strike packs. That was, like, a huge thing for a minute too.
yeah, because those were modded.
Yeah.
And that's like still it's less prominent in Call of Duty, but more prominent in Apex.
Yeah. It is.
Um but I still, though it's I was fucking baffled by it back then. I still am to this day that that GameStop used to sell those for 30 fucking dollars. I was
It's
like, what?
on that same topic though about like GameStop selling. I remember back in the day when I walked into a GameStop and I was like, "Hey, I'm trying to buy a scuff controller." They're like, "Oh yeah, we don't sell those." I was like, "Why?" They're modded controllers, so we're not legally allowed to sell those or whatever.
I remember hearing that. I remember hearing basically that exact
This
sentiment
was
when I
back in
was
BO3. Yeah,
working there.
this is in BO3.
And
And now you walk in there, they have scuff controllers, they have every like entire scene of modded controller. You got Razer controllers, you have scuff controllers, you have the Xbox
Power
Elite
A.
controllers.
Yep. They have
Like,
the fucking PlayStation, whatever it's called, controller. I can't remember what it's
yeah,
called.
I don't either.
Basically, the PlayStation's version of the Elite controller. Like, but when I was working there, at like when I first started working there, which was like 2018. So Black Ops, no, World War Two. World War Two was still a game, and I heard I heard this whole thing like, yeah, we don't sell modded controllers, but we sell strike packs
Yeah, but also like now I
because that
walked
makes
into,
fucking
yeah, it
sense.
does. It makes perfect
But
sense.
like, honestly, the one thing that I never got to play with that I honestly wish I had the chance to, the Astro C40 controller,
Dude, I'm actually
because
genuinely upset that it's discontinued.
I got my hands on one, like because we had them in stock, but like, who fucking bought those? Let's be honest, who bought them? No one
So,
did. No one
oh
bought.
well,
A lot
I'm
of people
assuming not a
bought them.
lot because
They got discontinued,
yeah.
but I know for a fact, like if you knew about them, bro, if you were in the know, you had a damn good controller. Like honestly,
I loved
I'm
everything about that controller.
sad that I never bought one. Never got the courage to. Actually, no, I know I didn't buy one because I didn't have a PlayStation. That was
Oh
exactly why.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, because at that time
So,
they're PlayStation only. Yeah,
uh-huh,
I
uh-huh.
thought they were so cool though because you were able to swap everything for ways that you wanted to. But there's
Yep.
actually a
But
new
that's
controller
but
on the market
the
that's similar to it.
Thrustmasters.
No, wait, no,
Yes.
it's by
What?
Victrix. I think their name is Victrix. They're like an
Thrustmaster does the same thing.
oh well. See, I don't know Thrustmaster for that. I know Thrustmaster because they're cars. They're
Yeah, their wheels.
yeah,
They make they have a controller that's completely modular.
really interesting.
It's just it's like it's honestly the exact same concept as a C40. It's just in their own branding.
Oh, okay.
That's a
No, I like the Victrix one like way cooler because it's actually meant. So they're mainly like a fighting company. Fighting, so they make like one of the best, in my
like
opinion,
Fight Six.
one of the best fight sticks in the market. And the only reason why I even learned about them is because at the time my favorite team was Team Caliber. They were sponsored by Victrix. So this was back when like Astros were kind of like becoming like, they're getting too much and they're not offering like what everybody needed. And Turtle Beach at this time was just fucking terrible. So Victrix came along and doing the same thing. And they were sponsored by SOAR, TK. They even came out with their own little like mic plates and everything for it that time. I was like, oh, that's so sick. And like they came out the fight stick, and I was so excited for that fight stick too. This was like years ago. This was back when TK was actually a team.
Was still relevant, you should say.
I don't think TK is even around anymore. But this was back in like BO3, BO4 era.
Yeah.
I think it was BO4. But I was like, that's so sick. But yeah, they came out with like a controller for fighting games. So the actual like they're modular, but you can actually put like the little fight stick button design like on the controller piece instead. Or you can just keep it as a normal controller. And I thought that shit was so sick. Especially because my brother, he's a fighting game player, but he plays console or he plays controller, sorry. He doesn't like
Okay.
use a fight stick. And he's thought about getting a fight stick, but he's been playing controller for so long that
I would truthfully tell him get a hitbox.
so
Those things are fucking cheat codes, brother.
but
No,
yeah,
like
so
no
he's been
bullshit,
using
bro.
one. So I'm actually shocked that he hasn't bought a fight stick yet because he's been talking about getting one for a while.
Honestly, talk to him, tell him to get a hitbox.
It wouldn't surprise me if he already was planning on getting one.
No, seriously, like hitboxes, like even though I don't know, because the way I play controller on fighting games, the hitbox would make so much more sense. I actually would prefer, like, I would low key like prefer keyboard because of um
That's what I
the
thought
con.
too. Like,
Keyboard just feels better to me, like low key. but it like I would just get a hitbox at that point.
Like there's a like now fighting games are coming to PC. You know, they've been on PC for a minute, but they're actually
Well, they
starting to
have
become
been,
more
yeah. They're like
viable
more,
on PC.
yeah. They're like, well, the crowd is more prominent because just about everything else is like on
Yeah,
PC. But I would still wholeheartedly suggest just whatever fighting game you prefer playing, just play on console.
I think the new Mortal Kombat's actually cross combat. I think.
Might
Don't
be
quote me on that.
crossplay. I
Yeah,
don't doubt it. But
which
I
I
know
don't
it's
think is a
actually going to
bad
be on.
idea.
No, it's not. It's honestly never been a bad idea. Not never, but it's not a bad idea like nowadays to have games like fighting games be cross plat.
Yeah,
Except for I say the only exceptions to that rule, I would say probably
I think tournaments should be on console though. I
tournaments
think
still
it
are on
should.
console.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like if it becomes a point towards cross pat and it's kind of like
If
with COD when it became cross pat just went all the PC. I think
Yeah,
tournaments
I
should
think
still be played on console.
fighting game tournaments should never go to PC. Um, it should still honestly still be on PlayStation, only PlayStation. Um, that's like I feel like that should just never change
Yeah, I agree.
personally.
Well, I can't say only PlayStation because there are some Xbox games in
It's
particular.
all that it's all PlayStation.
Killer
Doesn't matter
Instinct's
if
though.
it's
Killer Instinct's Xbox.
that's because it's an Xbox exclusive
That's what I
though.
just said. That's what I was talking about.
I know.
And I don't know
So
about y'all. Fuck every other fighting game. Killer Instincts, dude. I
mid.
fucking fat. You're fucking.
It's not that good.
You're fucking. Yeah, you're
Not that
faded.
good.
You're fucking faded.
It is not that good. I can think of
Bro.
five fighting games that aren't that good that are better than
I will
Killer Instinct, bro.
1v1 you Cinder right now, and I will fucking dog your shit.
I don't care about Killer Instinct. You could literally you could 13-0 me like Perfect Legend, and I still wouldn't care. Because that game's just that unimportant.
I know you would care because you'd be like, okay, you fucking. Because that competitiveness will click after the second time, like second combo I land off of you. Like, okay. And you'll still get fucking rinsed, but you'll actually put up a fight.
Yeah, I would. I'd still get fucking pissed and not talk to you for like a day.
Exactly.
So I just get over myself.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm excited for the new Mortal Kombat, like to stay on the fighting game topic. But yeah. I'm also a little worried, man, because
I don't know how to feel.
Mortal Kombat's getting to that point that I'm feeling it's just like, how much more can we do?
With Mortal Kombat, there's not that much.
Especially after this one. Because this is, this is when it's going based off the lore when Liu Kang resets time.
Yep.
So I don't know.
There's not much. I think what NetherRealm is, I think they're going to support this game for probably, I'll give it like 2-3 years solid support, maybe 4 even. I would say because they've supported Mortal Kombat like 10 and 11 for a good amount of time.
They supported it for a minute.
So I think with this game they're going to give it about the same amount of time that they supported the last 2 games, and then I think, don't quote me, but I think they're either going to come up with a new IP,
or they're releasing remakes,
or we're getting an Injustice 3. That's those are my two most likely ideas.
Injustice 3 would not be surprising.
Honestly,
but I don't expect it to do well because Injustice 2 kind of fucking flopped.
Yeah, because it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Injustice Gods Among Us was way better, but the problem is it just felt like shit. Injustice 2 felt better, but it didn't perform that well.
Yeah.
For like whatever reason or another.
Yeah.
I just don't I don't know. NetherRealm, if it's not Mortal Kombat, NetherRealm games just don't do that well, which is unfortunate because they make good games. Like Injustice 2 and like the Injustice games aren't bad at all. They're actually quite good.
I enjoy like a lot of the things they do, customizations, everything for it was.
They just, for whatever reason, Injustice just didn't catch on like Mortal Kombat did.
Yeah. It did with Injustice 1, but after it, I don't think it really. I mean, it didn't compare to Mortal Kombat, obviously, but
yeah, I think Injustice 1 did better. I believe it did better commercially. I could be lying. I probably.
It at least felt like it did better.
It felt like it did better commercially, but Injustice 2 competitively, it was for a short time it was quite popular, but then it obviously the popularity like died down. That's kind of like with every new fighting game. It's gonna catch a lot of eyes
Yeah,
in the FGC. There's gonna be some, 2Ks, 4Ks, maybe like a 5 or a 10K, and then it's probably never gonna see main stage Evo ever.
probably.
It might the first year it comes out, but after that, it's probably just not gonna
Yeah,
happen unless you're KOF, um, KOF, Street Fighter, Tekken, or MK. You're probably not gonna see main stage, which is just kind of the unfortunate truth. I think I don't even remember what's main games of Evo this year. I think it's before I
I
sound
think
like a
I think Street Fighter Six is the new Street Fighter Six, right? The new one. I think that one's one of it. I know there's
yeah
a thing going on for like $1 million. There's a new one for $1 million, which is insane. I don't think there's ever been a prize pool this high for a fighting game, like ever.
yeah no it's
So
insane.
the
Oh,
fact that
okay,
it's for a
okay.
million is actually awesome, actually, for the scene.
So we have our main games. There's 8 of them for Evo 2023. Street Fighter 6, King of Fighters 15, Melty Blood, Guilty Gear, MK11, Dragon Ball, Tekken 7, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Dude, I
Which,
forget that's a fucking game.
dude, and so this is okay. I'm gonna go on a little rant here for a couple seconds. I
Three
there's
hours
one
later.
if I had one wish for a game to come out, and it has to come out at some point. It has to come out. If I had one wish, I want like Smash Ultimate has every character that um from the Smash series
Yeah,
just in one game. I want that for Marvel vs. Capcom.
really.
I think that would be so sick if done correctly. It has to be done
That's
correctly
that's a that's a huge.
because that is the huge caveat is it has to be done correctly because if it's like an Infinite, that game would be awful. If it was like Marvel 3,
Yeah.
might be the best fighting game of all time. No bullshit.
Not gonna lie, a game that I would love to see come back from Mortal Kombat though, even though I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting very tired of reused content for a lot of games,
Mm.
because but I would love to see Mortal Kombat Armageddon to come back, dude.
Damn, that's old.
Okay.
That's so old.
Okay.
Jesus.
Dude, I want
This
that.
fucking guy
I
like
want to,
27?
dude. I want to play that game again. I want to be able to relive like the first time I ever played that game again. I remember sitting in one of those big old circular chairs, like on my PS2, this big ass TV,
Holy.
trying to do the little stone towers, trying to get to the top. Oh man, I fucking miss that game actually. And the intro
Honestly,
is crazy. That game too.
I want to play Mortal Kombat 9 again for the first time.
Really.
Yeah, even though that game wasn't that good, I don't know.
I would
Nostalgia's a
love to
hell
be
of
able
a
to
drug.
play. I think it was Mortal Kombat '98. I think.
Holy shit.
Uh,
I've never touched like
the one with Freddy
any of
Krueger and everything
those.
in it. Like one of the old ones. You didn't know? Yeah, Freddy Krueger was one of like the featured characters. One of them. My
Dog.
sister fucking loved that game. She would wipe, dude. Holy fuck! It was insane how good she was at that game. Like actually, she would beat the story and everything, and then me and her would
Yeah.
just like play together. Bro, she would rinse my shit, and I'm like, holy fuck, dude. She
Like
was
if
a
she actually
fucking
gave a shit,
nerd.
it'd be scary.
Yeah, like, dude, she would rinse my shit. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? All you do is play the story.
Like
And
what
she didn't
happened, dude?
butt mash like that either. That was like the craziest thing about it.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying, honestly.
So, and of course, she only played Freddy Krueger. She didn't fucking play anybody else.
Ah, she was a one trick, I see.
So she rinsed my shit. She knew every little bit of ins and out of fucking
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? And there's
Yeah,
this
that's
one
like
specific move that would always get me. He basically would like dive underground and like come up and slam your shit. And I'm like, dude.
sounds like a move that I've seen in MK at some point.
Yeah. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's how you have to be. That's how you have to be with fighting games. You have to pick one character, fucking stick with it, just learn everything about it.
which
I'm not
sucks.
that. I'm not that kind of
Yep.
person.
I
That
get
is
so
not
I'm just like, oh, I want to play this character today.
it. Literally, I
So
am not a. I'm not a mind player. I'm a soul player. Like I don't. I'm not. Even though I have a very
want to try that again?
I have a very analytical way of thinking about most things. Fighting games, it's all feel. That's like everything though. Like I try not to think too much about a lot of things. It's just feel.
There's it's so funny. There's only one game that I actually like played one character like really really hard. I mean, Mortal Kombat, I kind of bounce between like two or three characters, but
Yeah.
when I played Tekken for the first time, I only played Panda. I I didn't play anybody else. And it was
That's
because it
fair.
was on brand. That was the
That's
only
fair.
fucking reason.
And listen, yo, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. The
Panda?
bear, Riri? Nah,
Panda?
the bears in Tekken are so fun. I don't care how bad they are; they're so fun to play with.
I agree.
The bears are my favorites to play with. They're just fun.
It was ironic though. The very first time I ever played, was that Tekken? Was that I think that was Street Fighter. I might be faded on it. Yeah, it's Street Fighter.
Which one?
But for Panda, I think it's Street Fighter because it
No,
had King
Tekken.
and everything. Is it Tekken? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Tekken is.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that means King's in Tekken, dude. Why did I think that was
yeah.
Street Fighter?
Nah, there was like I mean, I mean, it's kind of easy to get both of those games mixed up because both of them got some big motherfuckers that just do ungodly shit.
But I remember playing like when I used to go to like the skating rink for like all my birthday parties and everything. I don't know. Fucking now that I think about it, why is every time I had a birthday party, it was always at a skating rink? I feel like it's like the average like
Not for
birthday
me.
party thing. I don't know.
Not
But
for me. Like
it
for
was
me, it was
fucking
bowling
bowling, you
alleys.
fucking nerd.
Even though, funny enough, I only did that for my own birthday like twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah. But I would always go to the skating rink. They would always have arcade machines. And I would always go play like the Street Fighter games or whatever. And I'd always play King because they only had like 6 options of characters.
That sounds like Tekken like 4.
Dude, it
or
was old
5.
as
Tekken
shit.
like 4.
It was old as shit. But I enjoyed it
Yeah.
so much. It was so fun. But I never like played the game like that. I only played it like when I went to like arcade machines.
Yeah. Before I owned Tekken 7, I only ever played Tekken at the arcade, like around like on arcade machines. And I only picked Eddie. That was my go-to. And it was Eddie.
That's insane.
But kind of on brand for me, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
You
Dude,
know what I'm saying?
you want to hear
Like
a
even
fucked
though,
up like birthday story?
oh no,
Dude, okay.
how
So,
bad? How bad are we talking here?
uh, I don't even know if it's really bad. It's just fucking like I don't even know how to explain it, but okay. So
Let's hear it.
I was
I'm
turning
curious.
like 7 or 8 at the time. Okay, and I just got into like a huge accident. I was in a merry-go-round.
All right.
So, and I had these like 2 beefed up chicks just fucking spinning the shit out of this merry-go-round.
Like muscle mommies or like what are we talking?
I
here?
don't, bro. They're like maybe 12, and I was like 7 or 8, bro.
Damn.
So, they're like ginormous
enough.
compared to me. Okay, because I was short at one point in my life. It's fucking insane to think about.
You're still short. It's fine.
I'm taller than you.
No, you're not.
You're 6'1".
Yeah.
I'm 6'2".
It's not really shorter than me.
Okay.
Or tall. It's not. It's barely. It's not really taller. Like it's basically the same height, bro.
Okay, dude. Every inch counts. Pause. Pause. But no, so I was being spun around in this fucking merry-go-round, and my leg flew out, and it caught both of them, and I ripped 2 ligaments in my leg. I ripped my MCL and my ACL. If you guys do not know, your ACL is your main ligament in your knee. That's what allows your like knee to be able to bend and like keep its like stableness.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So
Yeah.
I ended up ripping those, and my growth plate popped, bro. I've never felt a bone pop so many times in my life before, but when my leg flew, I felt my growth plate pop like 7 times. Like I was able to count it pop, because there's like a sound, like you don't even hear it, you just like hear it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It like ripples up your entire body, bro. It's a weird fucking feeling. So, granted, this is like maybe 2 or 3 months before my birthday. So, end up going to the hospital, end up being put in like a knee brace and crutches. Guess where my birthday was at?
Skating rink.
The skating rink.
Of
And
course.
guess what I got for my birthday that year?
Skateboard?
No, I got a ripstick scooter. So I had my girlfriend at the time
Oh, this
sitting
little
next
player.
sitting
This
next to
little
me
player.
at the skating rink, just bullshitting with me because I couldn't do anything. And my mom felt so bad because she got me the new ripstick scooter and I couldn't even fucking use it. And you know what the fuck I did after like a month or two after physical therapy? I was
Banged
riding
the
that
dog.
scooter on my with my motherfucking knee brace on. And my mom was like, please be fucking careful.
I know you banged the dog shit out of your ankle with that at least 5 times.
It wouldn't fucking surprise me, bro. It really wouldn't. I don't remember. I have so much physical like trauma pain from scooters and skateboards hitting me in the shins and the ankles and shit. Probably why my feet are so fucked. Honestly. Dude. I'm also very flat footed, so that doesn't help either.
Dude, I'm so glad I stuck to bowling, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah, the worst you have to worry about is a dislocated thumb because it got stuck.
Nah, honestly, it's way worse than that. Like,
I feel like you'll have like a lot of wrist problems, honestly.
I have a lot of wrist instability, so there's that. But no, there's honestly, it's kind of the same with like, not I don't know what the fuck is like. I've never heard of bad injuries with golf,
I don't
but
know either.
bowling, I've heard of like some back injuries, hip injuries, and stuff like that. But I don't know if that's like directly related with bowling. So
I mean, it makes sense. I feel like the most like severe injury you'd have to worry about is like breaking a leg or some shit. And the reason why I'm saying that is because sometimes, let's be honest, those bowling shoes are not very bowling friendly.
not the ones that you get from the bowling alley,
Yeah.
though.
So, and they're supposed to like stop you from slipping and shit. So it would
But the
not
ones that you
surprise me
own,
that you
but the
kind
ones
of
that you
fucking
buy for you, the ones you buy for yourself though, are completely different.
that makes sense.
So
Still, I be from the
Don't have
videos I've
to-
seen, motherfuckers do be sliding a little bit still.
yeah. I mean, it's
So I feel like that's the most you like worrisome injury you have to worry about is like if you step wrong or some shit, catch some, you slip and just like snap your leg.
truthfully, I think the thing that I'm most worried about is like a broken tailbone from falling on my ass. If I like slip. And that's like I think that's like the thing I'm most worried of, but I know the chance of that happening is so incredibly low. For
Dude,
me at least.
I couldn't imagine trying to deal with a broken tailbone because I got a spider bite on my ass one time. Bro, that was fucking terrible. I could
cannot
not sit
imagine.
down correctly, anything, bro. It was so bad. I like sit on one cheek with the other one raised, right? Yeah. To make sure I didn't put pressure because it hurt so badly. So I
Seems
couldn't
like
imagine
like
dealing
it
with a
looked
broken
like you was
tailbone.
getting ready to like rip ass like
Yeah,
constantly.
24/7.
Like
Yep.
motherfuckers was looking at you like, is this motherfucker farting?
Yeah, bro. I could not imagine dealing with a broken tailbone. I could not. Bro, the
Neither could
jokes would
I.
be insane though. Like, damn, bro, you get railed so hard. You know? No, and I would be that asshole
That's
too.
unhinged.
That
That's
I would be an
unhinged.
asshole too,
God
making jokes like
damn.
that too. If one of my friend ever like I broke my toe, I was like, damn, bro, Raquise gets you shit.
No, that's crazy.
Oh, that's
so
funny.
crazy.
I don't know. I really wish I got into like certain sports that weren't so like high injury. I'm glad I'm like into pool and everything now because like the most I have to deal with is, you know, possibly catching a pool ball, but yeah. But nah, because like growing up, I was heavily into fucking skateboarding, which is holy shit. How
That's so
much
hard
shit
on your body.
dude, I used to throw myself like I would know my limitations when I was younger.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck. I was throwing my shit down them and walking it off, getting the fuck back up and doing it again. I've thrown myself down so many stair sets, so many roofs of buildings. Like, it's fucking
Dude.
ridiculous.
Like, oh, it's a 7 set. Fuck it.
No, dead ass. That was the very first stair skate I ever did too. Because there was a 5 stair, but it wasn't really a 5 stair. And the reason being is because there was like a 3-inch gap between
Oh,
each stair. So it was more like like a
a
9
7.
stair.
That's insane.
Because, and I was like, yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing that, bro. I don't have that much faith in myself. And there was like a railing right in the center of it. So if you didn't do it correctly, you're catching the railing. Dude, it was sketch. And the write up was terrible. So I was like,
Dude,
fuck
yeah,
it.
you're yeah, if you take off incorrectly, you're catching full sack on the
Exactly.
railing.
So, and then I ended up going to like Main Street Park. I don't know what the fuck the name of it anymore, but this is back in a small town, Nevada. So we have this park, where all of our baseball games were at and everything. Also, we had like a giant fucking rocket ship that like you can go all the way to the top and see all the way down. It was like 30 feet in the fucking air. That shit was unstable. And that was terrifying because when you got to the top, you really felt this shit kind of swaying.
Bro.
One too many people, one like wrong movement too far left. It's done.
It's fucking curtains for you.
Yeah. But so there was a school or like a church or something. I think it was like a church school actually. And it
Like
had
one of those, like
a cathedral fucking like school.
like a Catholic school / church. Yeah.
But it had an insane 7-step. It had a really nice like hub on it too. Terrible write up because it was like the write up was maybe like 4 feet for a 7-step. And the landing was just straight destroyed asphalt. So it was not very good. So you had a very minimal landing to not eating shit. So in this Catholic church, they always left their doors unlocked. I don't fucking know why. So we would literally go open the doors. One of us would hold it open and we would skate through the fucking linoleum flooring that echoed. It sounded so sick. You'd kind of have to ollie the little fucking lip that hold the doors.
Yeah.
And then you got a straight shot to the fucking stair set. And you would just throw yourself at it. And that was the first set I ever like landed without eating shit. I ate shit a lot, but like I landed it and didn't eat shit. And I was like, fuck yeah. And I was so like proud.
You should have caught that on camera.
Dude, if I go back, I probably have like, if I knew my friend still from then, I'm pretty sure my homie Josh probably still has that footage.
Think so?
Yeah. But nah, man, it was insane. But and then on the skateboarding thing, I was really heavily into baseball. Yeah, dude, I was so good at baseball. Like I wish that was just like copium shit, bro. If I didn't blow my knee out, holy fuck, bro, I 100% would have been.
We probably wouldn't be talking right now. You never know.
Fate has mysterious ways it fucking works, but
it does.
Yeah.
It does.
If I didn't blow my knee out, bro, I 100% would have been probably like playing professionally, like baseball. Shit. But I remember the first time, bro, like I ever played, because this was back when I was playing. We were still using pitching machines. We didn't have like pitchers yet. So in my next year playing, we ended up like upgrading to pitchers. It's where we got our actual like uniforms. We had the tucked in shirt, the little rolled up ankles and everything. Yeah. I was like, bro, this is so sick. I had my own uniform and everything. I was so excited. Got actual professional like pictures in that uniform.
Dude. Yeah, feeling dapper.
Hell yeah. But so I remember I was playing this one team, and this kid, bro, I was like, there's no fucking way you're a grade schooler. All right, this motherfucker has to be like high school. He was a big fucking dude for his age. This motherfucker was throwing like 50s. Bro, damn. He was pitching faster than the machines. I was so scared for my life, bro. This motherfucker pitched so fast, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. He ended up like completely botching a pitch, and it skins my ankle. And the guy behind me was like, did the ball hit you? I was like, yeah. He's like, you walk. I was like, thank God. I was so scared, bro.
Dude, holy shit.
Because like at that age, man, a motherfucker pitching that fast, you were not used to it.
Oh yeah, no, can't. Yeah.
So and this time I was like 9 or 10. So
see, what you're explaining, I can only. So I've always been like big for my age up until I hit like high school.
Yeah.
Then I kind of just like leveled out. when
Nah,
I
bro.
was
I
in
was always built like a fucking like
shit
a
brick house.
nah, no, 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 no. You know those the things, the barrels that people like age wine and shit in, or like age. That's how I was built
Yeah,
when I was a kid, bro. I was short and just wide,
just
just short and wide, dog.
that's so fucking crazy.
So
No, I've always been built like a fucking brick house, bro. I don't know what it is.
I was scrawny when I was little, and it's like insane. I'll go back and look. I was like, damn, I was small. What the fuck happened?
Dude, I'll look at fucking pictures of myself from when I was like 18, I'm like, bro, I used to call myself a fat ass.
Yeah, no, dead ass.
No bullshit. I look at pictures of myself. I was like 18, 19, even 20. I'm like,
What the fuck happened?
like,
Where'd this shit come from?
bro, like, what happened? Like, what happened? COVID happened. That's what happened to me.
That's crazy.
But, but no, what you were explaining, all I could think of was when I was in like grade school, like 9, 10, and when I was bowling, like the kids my age had to have just been looking in fucking horror. Even the parents were like, "Who's this kid?
Man's throwing
Who's?"
torpedoes down the lane.
I swear to God, nah, dude. Like even when I was in like this is like the entirety of my bowling career. Like kids and parents, like are all just in fucking shock and awe at what
Like,
I'm fucking doing. I'm
this
like,
kid's on steroids. Who the fuck feeding this motherfucker?
how old is that motherfucker? And then my mom will be like, he's like 14, and it's just
Excuse me.
like, huh?
The fuck you feed that behemoth?
No bullshit. And I was like, and it's so crazy to me. I remember specifically like this fucking it was this high school what was it? High school tournament. It was a singles tournament because normally in so for bowling at least in high school and college, it's like a pretty bowling is traditionally a very individual sport.
Yeah.
However, in high school and college, it is team based.
I feel
At
like
least
that's
for
so
like
weird.
at least like for the school, I should say. For the school, it's team
Yeah.
based.
I feel like they have to do that though.
Yeah, it's easier that way. So like in high school, how it worked was you had your conference, which is like all of like the schools in your general area. Then you had, I mean,
Hot
we
single
didn't have
moms in your
districts.
area.
Like that's crazy. But for like basketball, like for the bigger sports, there was districts, but we didn't have that because there wasn't enough schools that had
Yeah.
bowling teams.
Yeah,
So we
it
just had
does seem like a very, it's kind of like
it
a
was
lacrosse, like a very
yes.
niche like kind of sports thing
I
for
think bowling is
schools.
less niche than lacrosse is, but I think that goes. I think that if you
Yeah,
play lacrosse, I feel like you feel the same way that I do.
that's what I'm
I feel
saying.
like I think that goes both ways. But for bowling, we just kind of it was just based on conference and like the furthest I think we had to go for a match on it, like any given time, it was like 45 minutes,
Yeah.
so not super far. And how matches worked is we would bowl one game. I think we bowled. Oh god, I want to say one or two games. Everybody was bowling their own individual game, and it was scored this way and this way. If that makes any sense.
Well, if I'm thinking
So
about how like the bowling, like I'm thinking, look, I look at the like I've only played bowling in the like bowling alleys or whatever the fuck.
yeah,
So you look this way and you look this way. That's how I'm
it's
like
so
thinking
it's
like the scorecard.
so yeah, it's scored going both ways. So
Okay.
you have your total like it's scored total pinfall, and then individual matchups.
Yeah.
So it goes straight down the line. Whoever's one, it's like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5,
Yeah.
all the way down the line.
That
And
sounded
if
like a
you
huge echo. That was kind of insane.
and you beat your man, you get a point.
What do you mean by
If
that?
you
What do you mean by that?
you knock down more pins than the other guy, you get a point. And then if your team knocks down more pins than the other team, you get more points. And I think it was out of 30. I want to say it was out of 30, something like that.
That
Sounds
seems like
about
a
right.
lot.
No, but the way it was scored, it kind of averaged out because I think
Okay.
you can get like, oh God, I can't remember how many. I can't remember how it was scored, but it was like it was more important to win the Bakers, which is everybody bowls two frames on the same line.
Oh, okay.
I think you got more points from the Bakers than you did in the it was called I found this out much later. It's called a Peterson, which is everybody bowling their individual game. Um, but it was this. I wish I remembered how the scoring fucking worked still, because it would make it, I would my explanation would be so much more, make much more sense. But it was scored this way and this way. That was that, and then your Bakers, it was whoever knocked down more pins got the points, and then if you whoever, I think we did two Bakers. Whoever had the higher series, had a higher total pinfall, you got more points on top of it, so you could lose
Mm,
one, lose a second, still knock down more pins, and you'd get totals.
okay. I gotcha.
But there was always a singles tournament that the conference would run, so every school in the conference would come to that. They would go to the same bowling alley. One year it was my senior year. It was where we bowled at,
Yeah.
which is an
I feel like
incredibly easy. It's the bowling alley that we were at. The low end was incredibly easy. The high end was actually kind of tough, which
Loki
was where
sounds
we
like
did
an
our
advantage though. It's like, oh, I bowl here all the time. This is my home turf.
kind. It's kind of an advantage because we were there all the time.
That's what I'm saying. So you know how
But
everything
the
plays.
issue is that the our issue was is our house was just it was so easy.
Ah,
Like the way
so for it was kind of an advantage for everybody.
everybody. I mean,
Same
it was
playing
that
field.
easy.
Let me rephrase
It was
that.
that easy that like everyone was kind of just on an even keel.
Yeah.
Just who was better was better. That's
Facts.
really it.
Talk about egotistical shit right there. Like, you
I mean,
play for, I'm fucking better than you, bitch.
I was better. That's the problem.
That's how I felt playing soccer, man. I miss soccer sometimes. There's some sports that I like. I really wish I can get back into, like heavily.
Yeah. There's some sports that I wish I played instead of bowling. Baseball, namely. I'm not lying. I
I mean,
wish I
that's
played
fair.
baseball.
I don't know, man. With me
Wish
having
I
like
stuck with that, I should say.
having a baseball career, bro, or like a not career, but a background in it, I'll always look back onto it because I blew my knee out, so there's nothing fucking saving me from that.
You could
But
coach.
I mean, yeah, but I was 13 at the time, maybe. So imagine trying to like, yeah, I'm trying to coach. You're fucking 13, buddy. You're not coaching shit. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Most of them there, I'm just the assistant.
Right.
It's like, how fast is he pitching? Okay, put Maurice up. He got that. But
That's funny as fuck.
nah, man, there'll be times I wish I can go back like before I blew my knee out because it was just unfortunate like circumstances, obviously that happening. So it prevented me from being able to play like a lot of sports because my mom would not let me play football. Which looking back on it, I understand that because
You
of
wouldn't have
how
wanted to
contact.
begin with. You would not have. I'm so fucking serious. I played football for 2 years.
I used to play with friends, but I played
I
like
hated.
entirely different.
I
What is that
I would
fucking
be fine
game?
with playing like sevens. I'd be fine with playing like sevens, no
I didn't even.
pads,
Nah, not even like that, bro. I'm talking about like what is that game
like
mode
3 on
called? Nah, it was like literally
Red
like
Rover.
kind of, but no. You know when like you'd have to go like one person would have the ball and you have to like throw it up just to not get the shit beat out of
Oh,
you.
oh.
I was a violent kid, all
I
right?
know the problem is I know the name of it. I can't say it though.
Yeah. Okay, so you're okay, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking
Because it was
about.
called something terrible.
At the time, yo, that shit was hilarious at the time
Yeah.
though. It's still funny as fuck now. If you know, yo, don't write it in the comments, but put an AO in the comments if you know
Yeah,
if you know what we're talking about. That shit
it
was
was
crazy.
yeah, it had a terrible name. But I loved that game as a kid with friends. Because
That was not my jam because I would just see. My problem is I was I've always been so self aware of how big I am. I'd
dude,
be
I
afraid
didn't
of
give
killing
a
somebody.
fuck. I didn't
Dude,
fucking
that's like my innate issue. That was like my innate problem with football is I was aware of how large I was. I didn't want to hurt anybody. And
my sister go
some
ahead.
of the kids we played, bro, bro, like
They were small. You'd be sitting like this
they
motherfucker go get snapped.
they were small humans, and I'm like I'm sitting here, I'm face up with the center, bro. I'm nose, and this kid's like, dude, it was one game specifically. I was playing nose guard, and this kid's like 4 foot tall. I'm like 5'8" at the time. I'm like 5'8", a solid 200 pounds, and this kid's, I mean, he's built
He's
like a beanbag.
barely a buck.
Dude, he might have been 85 pounds, soaking wet, full stomach, pockets full of quarters.
Yeah, that's insane. No, I don't know. I always like, I grew up having, a half brother and like multiple cousins that were like way older than me. So I got like super used to like getting the shit like just absolutely just thrown out of me as a child. Not even like a
Can't relate.
disrespectful way or anything like that. It was
Yeah.
just, you have two older people with a younger little fucking brother, basically, fucking that enjoyed being thrown around or thrown into. Wait, that sounded wow.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
All right,
whoa,
boss.
whoa, whoa. Rewind. Try that again.
A little bit. Yeah, that sounded kind of bad.
That sounded awful.
I was gonna say manhandle. That sounded even worse.
Yeah, let's just say
Yeah, I don't know how to word that better. I'm gonna be
know.
honest.
I don't know.
But yeah, so I was always like that as a kid. So, and I kind of like I always lived with my aunt like growing up for a minute before we got our own place. So we lived in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Had like 17 fucking dogs, chickens, cows. You fucking name it, we had it. So, it was always just, and the way our aunt taught us was like, she'll tell us like, hey, shouldn't fucking do that. It's going to hurt. But if we didn't fucking listen, that it was kind of our way of figuring it the fuck out. Like, hey, that fucking hurt, buddy. So, and that's how our parenting was, which is great, honestly, the way I look back on it now. Like, obviously, it was like really strict at times too, but there's just shit like that. It's like, so we learned kind of like our lesson, like in a painful aspect of some shit. Cause like I told you once, it's gonna hurt. You don't listen a couple of times, I tell you, that's on you. Figure it the fuck out.
Yeah. I feel like that's like the best way to.
Exactly.
You gotta make your own mistakes.
Facts. So I always grew up kind of just, with bigger people, just absolutely just. I'm trying to think of a word to not make it sound sus.
I don't. It just.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't got a word for it.
There's no good way to put it. So, but I get what you're talking about though.
Yeah. So I always played games that was just straight, just like always at a disadvantage.
Getting laid the fuck out.
Exactly. So, and that's like kind of what I've always like loved about like a lot of contact sports was that, because I was violent as a child. So, like there's this other game we made, because we used to have these like sand dunes behind our apartment when we moved, and we'd have like all these friends, and there's like they're remodeling like these new buildings and shit like behind it basically. So there's just a bunch of like dirt and shit, just all like clobbed up to one place. So we started this thing called clobbers, and basically what we would do is there were these big giant fucking like rock things made straight out of like hard mud, dirt, and sand. All right. And we're only like 5 feet apart. Okay. And we would fucking lob these shits at each other. Like, dude. And that shit hurt. You ever been hit by a baseball? Like at full speed?
No.
Okay. Well,
never.
Imagine a bowling ball size straight at your back at baseball speeds. It's fucking terrible.
I've been laid the fuck out by a kid my size running full steam ahead.
I have a story like that.
There's a reason I don't play football anymore, and that's one of them. Is I'm bad at taking those kind of hits.
Nah, I take those like a champ.
Dude, well, I didn't grow up with siblings or people that were like much older than I was. So I never, and most of the time I was just bigger than everyone. So people were fucking scared of me. Well, not scared, but like intimidated by me. And they still are to this day. I couldn't possibly know why.
That's what my sister's friends always say too. They're always like, your brother's fucking intimidating. I was like, why?
I know exactly why. It's because of my demeanor, naturally.
Yeah. I get that too. That's kind of what I always chalked it up to as well.
That's what it is. It's what it's always been, I think. I'm just like, I can't do anything about it, unfortunately. Just get to know me. I'm a
Still have a
sweetheart.
resting bitch face, you know?
It's like just, but no, I played like literally. I played football for 2 years, and I played for my not. I played for the school. I played for the school's junior program.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys had that, but there was like middle school. There was like junior programs for the different schools in the area here.
Yeah.
And I played for the football team. I played for I want to say the sixth. I played for 2 years. The summer before I was in seventh grade, and the summer before I was in eighth grade. And when I tell you, the position that I wanted to play, the two positions I wanted to play, tight end or quarterback, they seen me, and guess where they fucking put me?
Defense.
Just on the line in general,
Yeah.
both sides of the ball. I'm like,
Yeah.
the heck?
It made sense, let's be honest.
Because yes, it made sense, but nobody on our team could catch the fucking football.
Yeah.
No one.
It's a big problem.
They all had awful hands.
Butterfingers.
Literally.
I remember saying that shit all the time.
No one had touch. No one had fucking touch. Our quarterbacks didn't have touch. None of our wide receivers had any fucking type of like ability to catch the goddamn football. One of them was literally like the kid was barely. I don't even think he was 5 foot tall.
Jesus.
This kid was so short. His only advantage was that he was fast. That was it. But
That's
everybody
probably why
else
I
was
a wide
tall.
receiver.
But
Or
everybody
running
else,
back.
like everybody else that played for different teams, was like around my height and just as fast as this kid.
Yeah.
So this kid was getting fucking snagged every possession.
It's like,
Like, throw it
oh,
up.
this is my little man.
Like, I should need it. And they just were off the fucking races. And I'm just like, that was we lost every single game
I believe it.
by at least 4 tutties.
Yeah, that makes sense.
At least 4 tutties. There was 2 games specifically. There was one game specifically we lost like 56 to 6.
Yeah,
56 to 6.
Blowout.
It was a massacre. There was no chance. We had no chance. And I'm gonna chalk it up to I wasn't behind the, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting the snaps, you know what I'm saying?
Sounds like copium, if you ask me.
It probably is copium. I didn't throw it. But honestly, I think if I had development as a quarterback, I could have maybe played college. That's a big. Probably not. I'm gonna be 100%. Probably fucking not. I would have been like fucking Ben Roethlisberger in the pocket, bro.
That's insane.
No fucking presence.
That's insane.
I don't know. I mean, mate, I don't know what I could have been, but
that was the one good thing I always had. Like growing up, I always had a fucking arm. It didn't matter what I had in my fucking hand, that shit was being lobbed. So and that's why I wanted to play football so badly too, because like
I have better hands than I do an arm. I can catch better than I can throw.
Luckily, I don't know. I think baseball kind of like helps me being able to.
Wait a minute, that sounded so bad. Pause.
I was gonna let that shit roll, bro. But no, that was like the one thing that like I think like baseball like really helped me out with was like being able to catch better. Cause like granted you have a glove and everything, but
yeah,
there were times where it's just like it genuinely I felt like it gave me an advantage of being able to throw and also hit. Because there are times where it's like, let's be honest, you need to be able to fucking throw that shit and you need to be able to catch that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And especially sometimes, man, because you know most of baseball's always done in the fucking summer in school for some fucking reason. So that shit's 50 feet in the fucking air. It's gone. You can't see shit. Hoping and praying that doesn't fucking smack you.
No, you're just praying. You are praying to whatever you pray to, and just hope it didn't smack you in the fucking head.
Exactly. So I believe like baseball played like a huge point into me being able to fucking catch. My eyes killing itself. Sorry. I have like really bad like eye problems. And no, it's not because I'm blind. I get these like stabbing feelings like in both my eye sockets like really badly. So I'm just I don't know. But yeah. So there's that. But no. I believe that like it helped me out a lot to be able to do a lot of things I do, like when it comes to like sports aspect. Cause then like after baseball, when I moved to where I live now, I ended up like really getting into soccer. So I gave soccer like two good years of my life, like, and everything. I enjoyed it a lot. It just soccer started getting like really expensive for my mother, and she was still, doing school and working and trying to get like her degrees and everything she has. So she wasn't able, but played soccer for a really long time. And it's to the topic of like how you were so scared about like getting like just trampled by people.
It wasn't that I was scared of getting trampled. I was scared of doing the trampoline.
Yeah, nah. When I got into soccer, I did not give a fuck. So I played left field. I played left center.
Okay.
That is what I played soccer predominantly for about 3 months of my first time. And then I told my coach, like, I want to play goalie. I don't know why, but for some reason, like, I've always watched goalies and I was like, that just seems fucking sick. So I want to play goalie. And ironically, the coach's daughter was the original goalie. And he ended up telling me, he was like, wow, you're fucking actually an insane goalie. You're actually the best on the team. And I was like, I looked over at her. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was only goalie at that time. Like when she told me that, I was only goalie for like a couple months before the end of the season. Then signed up next season, goalie as well. And now there's one specific game we had to travel like 2.5 hours for to go play. And it was probably one of my best games like as a goalie, because we would rotate goalies, obviously. So I'd be between goalie and also left field.
Good. Yep.
Yeah. So, and I was goalie for most of that game. So, and I was playing goalie one side, and my parents got so scared one time, well, my family, because I jumped so fucking high. If I wasn't more in front of the goal like I was, they told me you would have smacked your head and give yourself a concussion. Because these were like full-size goals at that time. They weren't like the weak little shit, they were full-size, and I jumped so high, and they're like, holy fuck. And I was like, oh shit, really? I watched back in the video. I was like, damn, I actually like shit. I don't know I had hops. And that's when my basketball career. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, right. Like, and that's when I started basketball.
But nah, then it was second half, and this dude's full sprinting at me, and I'm not gonna back down. Like I did not give a fuck. I was like, you're gonna come into this box and you're gonna get fucked. Okay, that's how that's gonna fucking happen, buddy. This dude didn't have a blink of fear in his fucking eye till he realized I was full charging at him. Holy, I've never caught a knee to the nuts so fast in my fucking life. I got kneed in the nuts. I stopped the ball though. I stopped the ball, and me and this motherfucker became ballerina dancers. The way me and him like spun to the floor together, and he was on top of me in some romantic anime way. And his knee is still in my nuts. And I'm like, get the fuck off me, dog. Your knees in my nuts. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, thank you. So I just laid there a minute. Yeah. My coach is, yo, you good? It's like, yeah, just, got a nice little love tap.
Yeah.
So,
shit.
And didn't end up playing soccer after that. Not because I was injured or anything, but finances became difficult because sports starting to get fucking ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, so that's the main reason why I didn't I didn't do much. There's like this. It's kind of like I guess like I don't know how to fucking explain it. It's like akin to like AAU basketball.
Oh, okay.
It's like parallel to that.
Yeah.
For bowling in my state. I didn't really do that because my mom's finances were just not like that. I was just like, which was kind of unfortunate, but like, not really. I can't say I'm not mad about it. Like,
yeah, that's the way I look at it too. It's kind of one of those situations of it's like,
now I know, like she just didn't have it like that. So I'm like,
yeah,
there's really just, you can't be upset about it.
Exactly. Like I look at shit like that too. I'll be like, things happen for a reason. Like that's a huge part of like the way I am like looking at shit. It's like shit happens for a reason, man. It just wasn't meant to be. It is what it is.
At the time, yeah. Yeah, now I'm like, yeah, I still want to pursue it professionally. Just, I don't know, too much of I don't know. There's a lot of things that's just like preventing me from doing it. Mostly it's myself.
I think the good news is though, like about like bowling, like this isn't even like a diss or anything at you. That like
Would it feel? Was it gonna feel like one?
it depends on how you look at it, but like you
All
can
right.
be older and still play
Oh,
professionally in that.
for sure,
Well, because
hundred
like
percent.
me, I'm like, yeah, I would love to be able to compete in CS again or compete in COD again, and like I look back, I'm like, dude, I'm 23, bro. I don't have a fucking career in this shit now. I blew that
You could
because
be a coach if you really wanted to.
I mean, yeah, I've thought about
You
coaching.
could
I'm
pull
not
a
gonna lie.
Zonic.
That's true.
I feel this. I feel it. Dude, low key, like I don't know. I don't have it in me to try to like game competitively. Like I
Yeah,
just don't.
but
Fuck
like
that.
it's like with
But
certain,
like,
there's some things there's I can't say like an age limit like technically, but there are times where you
actually,
kind of have to like
I will say, I think that different games, there's like like there's different different games. Like you could be a little bit older and still compete at a very high level.
exactly.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get this just out of the way right now. If you are older than 22 and are trying to play Rocket League competitively, I'm looking at you. Give it up. Just give it up. It's not worth it. If you are older than the age of 22, just give it up. It's fine. These fucking 14 and 15-year-olds just they got it. Just let them be dipshits and just move on. It's fine. It's
But if
okay.
you're racist, you have a shot. God,
You know
I
what I'm
fucking
saying?
hate that community so much.
Fucking hell, bro.
That's a complete joke, by the way.
Holy
If you're
sh
a racist, you're a piece of shit. Anyway.
That's on God. I support that. I support that message. But
But
if you're like, but COD, you got, there's a bit more of a time frame. Like if you're like
we can look at Grayster, for instance. Yeah, he's 31,
31, still
still
going at it.
competing. I mean, but he's been competing for a long time, so I feel
He's
like
been
it's
doing it
different though.
for like 15 years,
That's
damn
what I'm
near.
saying. Like, I think it's different there.
It's different that if you're trying to like, if you haven't been competing for however fucking long,
That's what I'm
if
saying.
you're older than like 22, 23,
And
I
that's
wouldn't
kind
say
of
give it
like
up, but it's like it's way harder. It's
exactly
way fucking harder.
because teams are looking for the new young up and comer that can basically give
Hmm.
them a legacy.
That can give them like a good like they can give them
Yeah,
3 years and still develop, and they're not
exactly.
at the peak of their career
So,
at the time.
and I think
Even though
that's
like
just
when you're
esports in general, honestly.
and now I will say if you're like 27 and you think you're old, you are not old. You are not old.
It's just the way
You are
like
still
esports
that's
is.
it's just how esports is, and that's fine, and that's like it's all good and whatever. But like I see so many people like, oh dude, I'm fucking old. I'm like 24. Like, dude, we are still like on the
It,
upswing here, brother.
I don't think you can even say like you're old until you're minimum of like 70.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like,
I agree.
and the
There's
reason why I
no
say that because if people say you're old and you're like 30 years old, motherfucker, you still don't have your life fully figured out.
100%. You're probably like there's a good chance that you're like stable, have your own like place to live, and everything like that. Like you're probably stable, but there's a very good chance that you don't have it all figured out.
So I'm saying,
There's a very good chance you're 40 and still don't have it all figured out. But no,
most
but
definitely
here's the reality of it. Nobody has it figured out
facts.
ever. It's
Unless you're
just
just, like born into royalty, then your entire path is like made out for you. Right? So,
unless you're a nepotism baby, then
what the fuck is that word?
nepotism. It's basically it's easier to give examples. Jaden Smith.
Okay. All right. Yep. I know exactly what you mean now.
Jaden Smith.
I will admit though, I feel like Jaden Smith actually did kind of build his own
He's
like
made something of himself.
exactly.
That is what I respect. Who else? Who's another good example?
But what I'm kind of like getting from it kind of sounds like living in someone's shadow, like the shadow that they
uh,
built kind of idea.
no, it, same concept, but like different. Like you spin it differently. It's basically
Okay.
coming from wealth,
Okay. I got
like
you.
literally coming from wealth, and basically just having like a financial head start,
Okay.
like a substantial financial head start.
I got you. But
That's
I
that's
feel
like
like that's the only time
that's
you
the
have like, I can't say you have your life like figured out, but if you're born into a family like, oh yeah, you're gonna own all these businesses, there you go. Your shit's
yeah.
fucking
Okay, I'll give you the dictionary definition of nepotism. It is the practice among those with power or influence of favoring relatives, friends, or associates especially by giving them jobs.
Okay, I got you.
So it's like basically,
It's
I
like
guess you could
someone
say,
owns a
I
business and they give
I
the
guess
son
you
the
c-
business.
I guess you could say that's still Jaden Smith because that's how he. I mean, Will Smith's son. That's like
He got into movies and everything at a young
got
age.
into acting. First movie that I can tell that I think that he
Earth.
did was with no
Oh, there's
Pursuit of
Pursuit of
Happiness.
Happiness, but that was he was very young, so I don't know if that
Very,
really
very,
like
very young.
counts.
I can't say I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But
Like I'm more
yeah,
thinking like where Jaden Smith could have actually like gained traction like from a movie would be Earth.
Earth,
Yeah, because that was when he was actually like there was
Karate
also
Kid,
Karate Kid.
Karate Kid.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
that one was
that's the
actually
one.
before. Yeah,
That's the
I had to
one.
think about that. But I'm not gonna lie to you, Justin Bieber played a huge role in that.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but I
I
feel
can
like
agree
he also blossomed from that, like with the just
for
because he
sure.
had the song with Justin Bieber, obviously, and then Earth ended up
Oh
coming
yeah,
out. Yeah.
but
Also,
I
by
mean,
the way, Karate Kid, the new one, like that was with Jaden Smith, is not bad. The originals are fucking better. I don't care what everybody says. Don't you fucking dare believe me. Oh, that movie's fucking like does not compete with LaRusso.
I don't know. I don't know. Now I can say with full confidence that the remake to White Men Can't Jump is leaps and bounds better than the original.
It's so different though, man.
It's
It's
different, but it's still better.
I mean, yes, I can agree to a point, but the only reason why I can't fully agree is because it was like the entire movie, they're very similar in what they are, like the whole premise of them. But back when that movie was made, it was an entirely different way of that movie
World.
was being made.
The I mean the world was entirely different at the time,
So like
truthfully speaking.
watching that like back when I
But
was
there's
younger,
still a lot of like I will say okay, actually, they're not that different at all.
no, they have
In,
the same like,
in
but
no, in actuality, let's like think about it. Let's think about it, right?
they're the same fucking movies. Of course, they're the fucking same, dude.
No, but what I'm saying is even like at the time, the original with Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes that came out in like 91, 92, early
By the way,
90s.
shout out Wesley Snipes. Can we get a
So,
remake of Blade with him in it,
yeah,
please?
yeah, yeah, that'd be fire. But but the original White Men Can't Jump that came out in the early 90s compared it like even like comparatively to the White Man Can't Jump with Jack Harlow and Sinqua Walls, who is I'm gonna say this right now, the least likable motherfucker in every movie that he's been in thus far. I've seen 2 movies with him in it, and he is the least likable motherfucker in that movie. I don't get it.
That's fair. He always plays
I
like a very similar role in all those movies too.
He does. That's
Yeah.
what makes him so like unlikable.
Yeah.
Or he's so hard to like. I digress though. That movie, Why Men Can't Jump remake, came out this year, 2023. Cultural, like the world, like there's the relevance with which that those movies had in their respective time periods is it's the same,
Yeah.
but the new one did it better. I think. Personally, I actually didn't think about it when I watched the original like the other day. Like there was a lot of a lot of relevance to the time period, even though I was not around. My
Yeah.
mom could probably like attest to that way more. But the time, like cultural relevance, I guess, for the time, it was very similar. But I just think it was done better.
Jack Harlow carried that movie. I
I
don't
don't know.
care.
Scholes was a sleeper, bro. Dude, Scholes was a sleeper. Let's not like come on. We don't sleep on him.
I know what you need.
I know what you need. But no, honestly, like low key, and honestly, I think the reason why I think I'm so biased to the remake is
Jack Harlow simp. Jack Harlow.
no, fuck off. As much as I love Jack Harlow, no, the relationship between God, what shorty
Between him and Jack Harlow. I just said him
No,
and Jack Harlow. That made fucking sense. Are you
not
talking
him,
about
the other guy
yeah, with the wife?
with his wife.
I just
That they're,
completely drawn a fucking blank.
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just, I couldn't think of it. But their relationship just,
No, it's like
I'm
the
not.
epitome of like what you want.
That's what I want. That's what people should be striving for
Exactly. I agree
in
100%.
in a partner. Like,
So
because even when you're not, but even when you don't bet on yourself, your wife, like even if you don't have the confidence in yourself to believe in you and your abilities, but your wife has confidence in spades more so than you could ever muster probably in your entire life.
that had to be a black joke. The fact that you just said spades
No,
talking about
n-
that.
no, that wasn't a black joke.
Okay, 'cause I'll say I don't know how many motherfucking times I've been to a black barbecue and we always played spades. There had to be a connection there.
No,
There had to be a connection, like
there,
unironically.
not. I mean, like I guess accidentally maybe, but not. It
No, but
wasn't. That
I
wasn't
know what you mean. Yeah.
like just the fact that she bet on him even when he didn't bet on himself. I'm like, bro, that shit made me tear up. Even the second time watching it, I'm like, that's some real shit.
That's real right there. Yeah,
Like,
I
I
need
want
that.
that. Real shit though.
Nah, but I think there's also another like huge part of that movie, like when Jack Harlow and his girl were going through the problems and they end up, you know, especially like towards
Reconciling.
the end, and even like with
Yep.
the friendship too. Like I think like
Oh yeah.
yeah, I think that was also like pretty insane. Like it's I wow, it's like ironic like how funny that movie is, but like how also like
Like
the
how
feeling of like
relevant.
things like transcribe in that movie. It's like damn,
Yeah.
I want that, or like I've been through that. I relate to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's like it's kind of they just did, I don't know whoever directed that movie. They put their fucking foot in that shit, bro.
They did. They really did.
Like they really put their whole they put their foot in that shit,
They
bro.
really
Because
said pedal to the metal and broke through the bottom of the fucking car.
that not because like the amount of situations that were in that movie that were just so relatable
Yeah.
to a lot of people, just or just like the things that I'm just like, man, I want that in a relationship. I want that, like I want to find a woman or person or who the fuck ever that can bet on me even when I can't, and put full faith into like instill like that full faith into myself. That's just like, man, that's like it don't get it don't get realer than that, bro.
Facts.
It really doesn't.
It's
And
insane to
having a
think about like what that movie actually is about though.
yeah,
Like
it really and bro, seeing Lance Reddick mm, going through that pain again.
you're telling me you haven't seen the new John Wick, so
I haven't seen it yet.
I've had to relive that pain a lot. Had to relive it a lot. Getting fucking sick of it. It's like every time Linkin Park comes on, man, I'm fucking like, dude. Shut
I'll
up,
take it.
watch your fucking mouth. Watch your
Listen,
fucking mouth.
listen. The impact that they've had is unmistakable.
Facts.
Still don't like them.
That's fucking insane.
What
Like
do
the
you
impact
mean?
they had, but fuck them. That's crazy.
Nah,
That's so insane.
my disdain for them is purely projecting. That's all
I
it
know.
is.
I know. But
That's all it is, and it's okay because I don't have to like the music
you
to
don't.
respect them. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Facts.
Just because people don't like Nickelback doesn't mean I want to throw a fucking chair at their forehead because of how stupid they're being. But
I fucking disagree. I'm boxing anybody and everybody. These hands rated E for everybody. You got problems with Nickelback. I got lefty righty ready to go.
yo, that's facts though. Nah, I don't care what you say. Nickelback is
They do not deserve the amount of hate they fucking got.
they don't, but you know what? The hate that they get only makes them better. It only makes them bigger. So hey, fuck it, we ball.
We fucking ball.
We ball.
But nah, I think it's a good part to wrap it up, man.
Yeah, for sure. That's been D. I'm Jay. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time.
That's been D. I've been Jay. We out of here. I'm leaving that shit in too. Ugh.